Hi, this is Dell with Speak Through Me Publishing. Today's question has to do with writing your introduction. Now, as with anything, there's a number of ways that you can do it. But one of the things that I like to do best is using the CAB method. So what's the CAB method? It's an acronym, C-A-B. CAB, it stands for, C is for catching your reader's attention. Very simple, right? Catch their attention. Say something, or rather write something that's going to get their attention. Something that's going to make that reader say, hey, this is going to be pretty interesting. I want to make sure I keep reading. You might want to do something like a startling fact, something that's just really going to grab them and make them want to keep reading. You could have a story. People love stories. I really promote people using stories because that is going to create original content, and it begins to give a little insight into the author. So people love stories. Start with a story, not a long drawn out thing that's going to go on for 10 pages, but just a very simple few line story. That's it. But make sure that whatever the story is, whether it's a serious one, whether it's an emotional one, or whether it's something that is humorous, regardless of what it is, make sure that it is supporting your point. Whatever that point is that you're trying to make in that particular instance, make sure that that story is supporting it, and it's not just something that's random information. This is your introduction. You want to really begin to set the tone for the book. So that first thing that you're going to do is to catch their attention. The next thing you want to do is A, you want to assure them. Assure them that you are the right person for the job. You're the right person that is going to be writing this book. And what I mean by that is, in my favorite example, let's say that you're writing a book on parenting. Well, if you don't have any children, why are you writing a book on parenting? I'm just asking. Why? You need to have experience as a parent. And even though you may have done a lot of babysitting, maybe you kept your nieces, nephews, whoever, for extended periods of time or what have you, you're not the parent. And there's a difference between babysitting and being the actual parent. So you need to have that firsthand experience there. Even though there's a lot of information that you may have, a lot of things that you have learned from perhaps years, decades of babysitting, it's still not the same as having your own children. There is a difference. Let's say that you wanted to write a book on marriage, but you're single. You've never been married. I don't know how well you can assure the reader that you are the right person for the job. Maybe you can kind of let them know that, hey, I'm kind of on the outside looking in, and these are some things that I have discovered along the way from talking to other people, and maybe you can present it that way. But the best way to do that is to write about something in which you have first-hand knowledge. You've done this. You've lived this. You live and breathe this thing. You've got experience with it, not just, well, I heard about it, I read about it, and other people's books, and I've kind of seen other people. No. What have you done? Have you engaged in it? So you need to assure the reader that you are the right person for it. Because when you're thinking about parenting, marriage, and a myriad of other things, if you have not actually done it, once you do, I can pretty much guarantee you're going to have to go back and make some revisions in the book. I'm just telling you. You're going to need to make some revisions because practicing it and being somewhat involved in it is different from actually doing it. There is a difference. The next letter is B. B stands for benefit. What is the benefit that the reader is going to get? Make that clear. How is the reader going to be the better because they have read your book? What kinds of information do you have in there that's really just going to bless that reader? And it's not going to be just, they kind of read it and they looked at it and said, well, that's nice. That's nice. It's interesting information. No, that's not the response that you want. You want that reader to read that book and be so excited and thrilled that they actually read it because it has transformed their life. It's made a difference in their life. They have been blessed because they read your book. So what's the benefit to that reader? These are the kinds of things that you want to have in that introduction. So let me go back and just recap it super quickly. The first thing is you want to catch the reader's attention. Next, you want to assure the reader that you are the one that's qualified to be writing this book. And B, what are the benefits of the reader engaging in this book? Now, if you like that tip, there's plenty more where that came from. At the Memphis Christian Writers Conference, which is coming up Saturday, September 12th, we're going to begin bright and early at 8:30 a.m., so make sure you get a good night's rest on that Friday. Rakesha Gray from RG Edits and I are the proud host of this conference. We are super, super excited about this, and we can hardly wait for September 12th to roll around. We have lots of wonderful information for you. We're actually going to be including the Head-to-Hand Writers Workshop. So if you have a book in your head, but you're stumped as to how to get it in your hand, we can solve that problem because we love turning writers into authors. But we don't want to just take any old body and turn you into an author. No, we want you to be informed. We want you to have good information. We want you to write a good book, not just any old thing. We want you to be able to write a good book with just solid content in there. So we're going to be teaching you a lot of things at this conference. Another thing that's going to be happening at the conference, actually after the conference, we're not going to just tell you, hey, it was nice that you were here. Hey, we'll see you next year. No, we're going to stay with you for 5 weeks. Yes, I said that. 5 weeks of follow-up coaching with some focused writing exercises that we're going to be doing with you. We're going to be doing that online, virtually, just as we're going to be doing the conference. And I'm going to be right there in the chat area as well. It'll be live. I'm right there working with you. So if you have any questions that you need to have answered, any concerns, whatever it is, within reason, I'll be right there to answer those questions. Because we don't want you to just get really excited about your book and then you leave and then it wears off. No, we want to stay with you for a while and help you to get that book finished. We want you to get your book finished. So whether you decide you want to work with us or you want to just do it 100% on your own, either way, we want to help you. So there's no additional charge for the 5 weeks. It's included in the conference fee. We want to help you finish that book. Now, I do want to give you a heads up. The conference is a niche conference. It has a very narrow focus. So we are looking for adults who want to self-publish an uplifting, faith-based nonfiction book. So yes, that's a very narrow focus, but we want to be able to help you to get your book out of your head and into your hand. The other group of people that we're working with is speakers, because we know that most of the time speakers are going to end up writing a book, or if you have a book, you're going to end up speaking. So as a certified public speaker coach, I'm going to be giving you some coaching tips in terms of your public speaking and just some things that we need to be aware of, and some do's and don'ts in how to do some things as well. But we also have Minister Holiday, who is going to be working with you with the ministry leaders. That's going to be super exciting as well. If you have not heard her speak, you need to. You need to hear her speak. She's absolutely wonderful, so anointed. Yes, you need to hear her minister to the ministry leaders. So again, the conference is going to be Saturday, September 12th, starting bright and early at 8:30 a.m. And I would encourage you to hop over to the website, which is memphiscwc.com. That's memphiscwc.com. There's a lot more information over there. Also, the registration is over there. We have a lot of materials that we're going to need to mail to you. So if you are out of state, then we really need you to go ahead and get your registration in as quickly as possible. We do have some deadlines over there to let you know whether you're in state or in town, as in Memphis. If you're in Memphis, you have a little bit more time. If you're out of town, then you have a lot less time, which means we need you to go ahead, take a look at those dates, and as they say in church, govern yourself accordingly. We're going to see you soon. We will see you soon. So again, that is Saturday, September 12th, 8:30 a.m. And check us out on the website, which is memphiscwc.com. That's memphiscwc.com. Hop on over there, get some more information so that you can make an informed decision as to whether or not this conference is really going to be for you. And we hope that it is. All righty. Thanks. Bye.